Well, it's been a while. Hey kitties and kitten lovers, I'm Akushi and welcome to All Suits I Ever Made Part 3! Yes, that's 3. Since it's been so long, the other 2 parts are linked in the little eye icon in the corner and in the description. Let's go! Okay, so the first suit we gotta talk about is my 3rd ever pre-made that I made in autumn of 2022. Hallow, formerly known as Spoopy. I had lots of orange fur left and I was in the mood for a little experiment, so I designed a pumpkin cat hybrid monster for my next pre-made. I needed a few tries to make a foam base that I was happy with, but in the end I made a suit I'm very proud of. There isn't much to talk about with this one. It's a hand-carved upholstery foam base, it's fully lined, the eyes are made with foamies and hand-painted mesh, the ears are EVA foam and upholstery foam, yada yada yada. The only really interesting thing with that one is the little green stump they got on their head. As expected, it's magnetic and it was actually quite tricky to sew. But I managed to do it and it's probably my favorite detail on this suit. I put Hallow up for sale in early October and they got sold pretty fast and shipped to their new owner in Texas. They almost arrived in time for Halloween, but unfortunately it was a few days too late, if I remember correctly. Next up is a personal suit that I already teased in part 2 of the series, Elsa the Arctic Fox. As you may know, she's my 3rd persona and obviously based on Disney's Elsa. Her design and color palette is actually inspired by an Elsa hoodie I own and a limited edition snowflake minky fabric that I bought from Stoffhummel a few years ago. Her building process was pretty basic once again, you know, hand-carved foam base, foamy eyes, hand-painted eye mesh, but this time I sprinkled some dark blue glitter on her irises. It doesn't really show up in pictures, but IRL it looks amazing and I think it really suits a snow and ice themed character. Now, the most exciting part about her is definitely her hair. I tried to recreate Elsa's iconic hairstyle from the first movie with the shorter back-swept bangs and the long braid. This was quite a challenge on a suit, so here's how I did it. The bangs and the back of the head are all separate stuffed fur pieces that I sewed to the base underneath. The hanging part of her braid are actually 3 pretty big fur noodles that I sewed to the base and actually braided together. Then I cut them at the desired length and covered the messy ends with the hairband. The end of the braid is a separate piece again. The little strands framing her face and the one over her eye are actually brushed out strips of fur. In case you didn't know, you can actually brush out the backing of luxury shag fur to create double-sided pieces. This is also how most anime style fursuit hair is made as well. To wrap the section up, I gotta admit that I rushed Elsa a little, which is why I don't really like her anymore. Her snoot is way too long and big, I forgot her nose bridge, the minky colors don't really match the fur colors, and so on and so on. Which is why Elsa will actually be remade this year, but maybe more about this a different time. Small intermission here, this doesn't really count as a suit I made, but I actually refurbed Akushi after I finished Elsa. This was a secret project, I didn't want anyone to notice that she was gone, so I produced a ton of TikToks in advance so I could keep posting while working on her makeover. I even filmed 2 transition TikToks to show the difference between the old suit and the new suit. I completely stripped the fur of Akushi 4.0, replaced the ears entirely and gave her new eyes. I changed the shape of the nose to match my art style more and made her muzzle spots cleaner and smaller. And that's pretty much it. Well, onto the big one. Definitely one of the best suits I ever made is my personal suit, Shot the Bunny. As you can probably tell, she was originally meant to be a FNAF 2 OC, which is where the cheek markings come from, but she eventually turned into a regular furry. I waited a long time to make her into a fursuit because I needed her to be absolutely perfect, which is why I made Akushi and Elsa first. Speaking of needing her to be perfect, I changed my nubtail and my hand paw pattern for her. As a bunny, she doesn't have paw pads, which looked weird on my old pattern. So I made a completely new one with a more tapered look, which worked way better. Her head base build is pretty straightforward. I didn't hit any major road bumps with this one. Her ears are pretty similar to Lyric's ears with the rolled EVA foam, just sticking straight up instead of sideways. She's also my first ever head with 100% custom lining, and it's pink because I'm just extra like that. To be exact, it's plain pink lycra for the face and then pastel pink jersey with rainbow unicorn donuts for the neck and the hand paws because it's prettier, and of course Shot gets to have two lining fabrics. Shot's eyes are hand painted once again, and she's the only suit I own that has hand painted mesh without a gradient. In my friend group I was always praised for my clean gradients and pretty fursuit eyes in general. But Shot's eyes are actually painted with gold acrylic paint, and I didn't know how to do a gradient with gold. She also has a pair of glittery magnetic eyelids to make her look extra cunty. As you can probably tell, she is my perfect pink bimbo bunny mean girl suit, and I love to act in her. Little side note, she's also probably my suit with the most outfits and accessories dedicated to her, or at least she's on par with Akushi, my main sona. Elsa is the suit with the least outfits, by the way. Her hair is similar to Elsa's technique-wise, as it's made of stuffed parts and brushed out strands. Next up is my latest pre-made Chomperson, or Chomperson, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, formerly known as Oasis. I made them in May of 2024 and they got sold at the East Convention the same year to Takemura on Telegram. I had won a fur package in a giveaway from Stoffhummel before that, and the colors instantly gave me those beautiful ocean and beach vibes, so I once again consulted my Instagram community in my story to ask what species I should make. Golden Retriever was one of the most frequent answers, so I settled for a Goldie Shark hybrid since I wanted to try out a fishtail and floppy ears. I came up with a design that I liked and I started working. As I do most of the time, I made the tail and hand paws first and then the head last. The hand paws were made with my new pattern, this time with paw pads, and they even had little squeakers inside. The fishtail turned out okay in general, as it was my first time making a foam core tail. I gave it invisible belt loops with the EVA foam base plate and a gore cut detail, which I love. The floppy ears also didn't turn out perfect, but okay for my first time. I should have cut them a little lower so they would flop more, because now they look half alert all the time and kinda bunnyish. But as I said, they're okay. The eyes of the suit are made with a new technique as well. As you know, until then I made my eyes with hand-painted plastic embroidery canvas, but my good friend Illo from GrinTwinStudio, link in description, came up with a completely new material and technique. I present to you printed mesh canvas. Now this is a major upgrade since this stuff is fire and waterproof and scratch resistant. It's very easy to use and it works on handmade foamy eyes like I do, or 3D printed ones like Illo uses. You can actually buy this eye mesh pre-made in many different designs, colors and sizes, and sometimes even custom designs directly from his Etsy shop, which is of course linked in the description. I highly recommend. Chomperson also got a Velcro removable tongue as always and a pickable nose. Like Shot, they feature 100% custom lining made with this beautiful aquatic looking lycra fabric from my local fabric store. When the suit was finished, my wonderful boyfriend and I went to take some sales pictures, so for the first time you could see what the suit looked like on a feminine and a masculine body. It really changes a lot about the look and proportions. We also filmed this cute video of my boyfriend getting a steamboat to honk for us, which was very funny.
Ich finde die Musik einfach bis hier, ne?
Ja, same.
Ja, das ist ja auch
Ja, du kannst ja auch mit beiden Pfoten in der Luft so springen, wenn du möchtest.
Let's go! So geil!
On to the last suit for this video, and also the last suit I made in 2024. Oh, what a fitting conclusion for this video. My latest personal suit, which had been planned and attempted multiple times since 2018, Escape the Grey Wolf. I already teased him in part 2 of this video series, but oh boy, it didn't go as planned. Between part 2 and this video, Escape had a major design change where I redesigned him from head to toe. I changed his color palette to better fit his steampunk robot vibe, and I decluttered his design by removing some markings and making him more symmetrical. Now that I think of it, I probably should make a new All My Fursonas and Fursuits video. Put it down in the comments if you'd like to see that. Escape's head base is my normal bucket head foam base, but with the nose and snoot from a miscast expanding foam head base from my friend Illo. So his base is a bit Frankenstein-y, which ironically perfectly fits his character and lore. His eyes are once again made with printed canvas mesh from my friend Illo, and his teeth are actually neoprene this time, which I got from my good friend Widar. Thank you! His nose is also pickable, and he's got a key-shaped marking on his tongue, which I added using the applique method. I intentionally made his tail chunkier and edgier this time to fit his grumpy attitude, and I also gave him longer claws for the same reason. I'm also absolutely in love with his new color palette. The grey and gold just goes together so well. The final touch and the cherry on top are definitely his custom 3D printed earplugs made by my good friend Illo. As you can tell, a lot of help went into this suit, and I am so grateful for everyone who helped me bring this boy to life. After I finished his mini partial, I also added feet paws and arm sleeves to make him a full partial. His head, hand paws and feet paws all feature custom lining in this very fitting gear jersey fabric. I finished Escape right in time for his first public suit outing, the Halloween fursuit walk in October 2024. And that's about it. I hope this was somewhat entertaining and or educational. As always, all my social medias and the links to all the people mentioned in this video are down in the description below, and my Etsy shop is open too. I would love for you to check it out, and maybe you want to add my shop to your favorites or even buy something. It would mean the world to me. I added a lot of new products recently. I also have Patreon if you're interested in supporting me even more. Thank you so much to my active Patreons. Maxine and Crystal, your support means everything. Also, if you have ideas or wishes for future videos, please tell me in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Now I guess all that's left to say is thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Love you! Bye!